Welcome back, everyone. If you are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. If you're already part of the channel, thank you so much for your support. So this video is going to be about asking your boss questions about what your expectations are if you decide to be a teacher here at a Hagwon, or an English teacher, or academy teacher. It's all the same thing. I've looked around on YouTube and I've heard the stories about the different Hagwons, but I've never heard anyone really like give advice for me, like, oh, you should ask this question or you should ask that question. And that's what this video about. It's about telling you exactly what you should ask if you decide to work here at a Korean Hagwon. Since this is like literally like my first full year, my last day is actually tomorrow. I feel like I have a little bit of experience that I can tell someone what they should ask. So let's go ahead and get into this video. I'm Joshua. I've been traveling the world for some time now, and I've seen many different countries. In 2021, I decided to travel full-time. I lived in Mexico, but now I live in the beautiful country of South Korea. Here, I've been learning about the culture, seeing the different sights, making new friends, and trying the delicious foods they have to offer. So come along with me on my journey. This is Daring Travel. Now, I really want to make this video short. I don't want to be like too long because I don't want you sitting here just listening to me ramble on for 10-15 minutes, because that's really pointless. I want to keep it like short, sweet, and directly to the point. Question I think you should ask is, what is your daily routine? You're going to want to know this because you're going to want to know, what time you're supposed to come in, what time classes start. You want to know when is your break time, and you want to know like what ages that you will be teaching, if there are going to be any meetings that come up, what time the meeting will be. This is really, really important because you will need to prep for your classes. I think prep is like the most important thing that you can do at any job. So I would always ask, one of my first questions I would ask is, what are my daily routines? The next question I think you should ask is, when is your lunchtime and break time? I know you're like, well, that's kind of like close to the other question, the first question. No, really, it isn't, because every school, their lunchtime and the break time, it can be different. You could have, like my school, they have like breaks in between each classroom, and then you have a lunchtime. That's around about 12 o'clock. It's going to be different at each and every school that you go to. Even the new school that I'm going to, it's a little bit different, but you want to ask them directly, when is my lunchtime? When is my break time? Do I get any downtime? And then you can go into, maybe other like sub questions from there, like, do I eat with the kids, or do I eat alone? Can I leave out and go somewhere? So I would definitely ask that question. When are my lunch and break time? So the third question I think you should ask is, what is the work atmosphere like? Woo! This is probably one of the reasons why I'm deciding to switch schools, because work atmosphere is like very, very important. You don't want to be somewhere where it's super, super toxic, because no matter how much you enjoy the kids' time, you're probably going to want to leave at the end, or you'll be one of those people who just leave in the middle of your contract and don't say anything to your boss. We call that a midnight run. But you always going to want to ask what the work atmosphere is like. People could lie, I'll be honest with you. People could lie. I'm not going to go into depth with that one, but yes, you could be told a lie, but I would at least ask, what is the work atmosphere like? Does everyone get along? Probably want to say that, but are there like company dinners? Is it a very supporting work atmosphere? Is there, do the teachers and the foreign teachers and the KTs interact? You want to get those details like that. All right, so the next question I think you should ask is, what does your apartment look like? Whew, this is very important. Well, if you're someone like me, it's very important to me, because I do not want to be in some tiny apartment, some hole in the wall. Ask for pictures for the apartment as well. See what it looks like, because you want to be comfortable in your space while you're here. Remember, your contract is going to be for at least a year. You want to be comfortable in that apartment for that year. You don't want to, again, be in like some hole in the wall. You don't want to be somewhere with mold or... Yeah, and sometimes they'll even give you the address of actually where the building is, so you can actually go on Naver or Google and look up the like pictures online. Even though the pictures can be kind of old, it'll give you an idea of the layout and the size of your apartment. So definitely ask, what does your apartment look like, and are there any pictures of your apartment? All right, so we're going to jump back to questions about the school. I know I asked that question about the apartment, but holidays and days off. Ask questions about, you know, what holidays are celebrated in Korea, what are the days that you get off, how many days that you get off. This is very important because some people end up like working on days that other people work, which always ask like, what days do you have off? What are the government holidays? That way you know what to expect. Maybe you're a traveler like myself and you want to go somewhere during a 3 or 4 day weekend. Ask what days you get off. What are the vacations like? Severance pay. Ask about your severance pay. Now, basically, when it comes down to severance pay, it's kind of like, I look at it as like a bonus. Like, oh, thank you for completing your contract. We are going to be giving you an extra paycheck. Now, if you look up online, if you're part of any Facebook groups, there are so many different ways people have calculated severance pay. I don't even know, but I'll explain the 2 ways that I've heard. The first way is that it's supposed to be an average of your last 3 paychecks. That's the first way. The second way I heard it's calculated is that it's just another paycheck. Like your same paycheck that you always get, you're going to get a second one on your last paycheck. And you're supposed to get your severance pay within 14 days of you leaving your contract expiring, your last day. That is when you are supposed to get your severance pay. Literally, I'm a part of a Facebook group where a lot of people are in situations where the schools are saying like, oh, can I give it to you a month later? Or can I give it to you 21 days later? Ask them the questions like, hey, I know I get a severance pay. When do I supposed to get it? How long? When am I expecting to get that severance pay? So ask questions about your severance pay. All right, and that is it. There are about the 10, maybe 11 questions that I think that you should ask your new employer if you're coming to South Korea to be an English teacher. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, if you are new to the channel, if it's your first time watching, please hit the subscribe button. You can also go back and check out some of my earlier videos. I will actually be uploading another video. It won't be an informational video like the last 2 weeks. As you can see, I got those boxes over there. I'm moving into my new apartment, so I will have another apartment tour to show you guys. Again, thank you so much for your support, and I will see you guys next week with another video.